So I've just arrived in Manchester again. You see what I mean about these northern towns? They always seem so big to me. I don't know why. It's really strange. I'm going to have to try and figure it out. But all over there, there's like all these just great big like bulky buildings. They're not necessarily like the tallest in the world, but they're just big, powerful, wide buildings. But anyway, so I'm in Manchester. Got to get one more bus out to where I'm going to be staying tonight. And I also, on the way down here, had a text message from one of my best friends who I've not seen for a long time, Luke. Hello, mate. He's just told me that he's actually coming. This stuff happens, and it's embarrassing to have to say it to people, but it does happen. He's coming to Manchester tomorrow, and he said to me he's staying in the hotel. He's coming here for work. He's staying in the hotel, so if I'd like to stay with him for the night, then it would be great to see him. So I might be knocking around in Manchester tomorrow, which will be Tuesday the 11th, something like that, and then seeing my friend, spending the night in a hotel again, which is, it's ridiculous. And of course, it's not a northern town at all, it's a city. It's the great city of Manchester. It's northern town, sorry guys. It's so good. I just have the best times. I just have the best times doing nothing. I just walk around with a backpack on and a camera in my hand, and it just is the best times. And yet I tried so hard for years to get the money to do all the things that I thought I needed to do to make me feel happy. The moment I let go of the need for that stuff, there was happiness. It's incredible. I'm going to go so much deeper into that stuff, guys. Those of you who've watched my Dark Night of the Soul videos know that I've got quite a good grasp on that, of doing that. But I've not really tapped into that side of things on this journey. But I think I might start, as I walk around, trying to do more of that. So lots of you seem really interested in it. So I'll start putting more of that stuff in there. But for now, in the middle of Manchester, what a great city. I think I will, hopefully it all pans out. I can see my friends tomorrow, because I'd love to have a look around this place. And we'll see if the people here are friendly as well. I have no reason to doubt why they would be. Nowhere else up north that I've gone are they not. So we'll see. No way. Manchester's got trams as well. I love it. How comes we don't have trams in London? These things are awesome. It's like proper old school looking at a tram. I swear to God, I must walk around. People must go, this guy's bonkers. Who is he? It's awesome. Look, who's that? I don't know who that is. Yeah. It's buzzing. Typical city place though. Pretty cool. I like it anyway. Oh, I did say, didn't I, that I was going to try and find the things that I don't like would be easier. I guess I'd have to feel down in order for me to not like something. How about that? Because I generally feel good all the time. I just kind of, life is a perspective. You look at life through the lens of how you feel that day, I guess. I have no expectations on any of my days. And I think that's why I find happiness or beauty in everything now. And I only know that because I know the guy that I used to be, which was always in the rush, always had to get to the next place and do the next thing and be with the next person and get my adulation or get my adrenaline or kick or my dopamine fix from acting a certain way or being in a certain environment and being a certain person. And now it's just like it just comes naturally. Don't have to worry about, hey boys, how you doing? You all right? Yeah. See, look, here we go, look, Manchester. Yeah, see, Manchester, friendly, still friendly. I love it. Cheers, lads. But so it's just that perspective. I think you just you view the day through the lens of how you feel that day. I'll go deeper. Look, it's a tram. So what I've actually failed to explain very well is that my friend arrives in 2 nights' time. However, that doesn't mean I have anywhere to sleep tonight or tomorrow night. So the next clip you see is me having found out that friends of Sarah and George in Bude have said that I can stay at their house for the night. And of course, that's left me in a position where I feel I need to gush all over it. So this is another little thing that I love, which I've mentioned a few times, so I will, a lot of this, guys, will be me repeating myself. Of course it will, because it's real life, it's every day, you know. It's like I'm walking around, I'm not forcing content as such, you know. I'm not forcing stuff out there. It's just what you have to do it's trying to give you a real life behind the scenes footage of what it's like to kind of live on the road with no fixed address, if you like. You know, so that's why a lot of it might sound like it's repeating itself, but I'm so grateful for having this place to stay tonight in Manchester, because it's raining. And when I first started this journey, I didn't know a fraction of the amount of people that I did know, and right now I'd have been walking around like, oh my God, where am I staying? I'd be absolutely soaked. I'd be in the middle of the town. I wouldn't know where to go, what to do. My stomach would be turning over. The fear would be coming up, like, why are you doing this? It's not so much the fear of like necessarily where am I going to stay, but the fear of like, what am I doing? Is this really how I want to live? You know, I'd be really questioning it and stuff like that. But I stayed with it. I just stayed in that uncomfort zone, accepted it, and was like, you know, the alternative was to sort of just carry on being miserable in my other life. You know, going to work and stuff like that, the 9-to-5 life. And now part of something that I'm so appreciate now is the contacts that I've got to make through putting myself out there, through putting myself in those zones, through putting myself through that discomfort. And I'm not trying to glorify myself. I'm trying to say it in that way that, like I always do, that I'm a very normal guy. I'm just the same as you lot. Like literally, I'm no different. Just so, God, if you met me, you'd probably be disappointed. Like seriously, you know. And I say it in that way. So I did that, and I've achieved this. Like achieved, you know, the way society would look at achieved is two different things from how I look at it. I've achieved this happiness that you see all the time in my face, in my eyes. I can't act that. You just can't. Trust me, you just can't. You know, and it's the gratefulness that comes up all the time for having these guys. I'm not going to put their house on there for very long, but having these guys in this place, friends with Sarah and George, who were also met through the journey, can put me up for the night. And then I leave here tomorrow. I can go and explore Manchester, and then one of my best friends is coming up here to work. And you're just like, oh wow, my life was once so dire, just so boring. And now it's just full of all this difference. And you're part of that. You are so part of that. I need to do a long video on that. There's so many long videos I need to do of just telling the truth of how this life is, how it works, and how it makes me feel, and how I believe it could work for everyone else. Not necessarily this way of life, what I do, living on the road and moving around, and so not necessarily that, but all of us can find that peace and that happiness and that contentment in the thing that perhaps we fear the most, which is putting ourselves out there, doing something different, or indulging in our fantasies of how we think life could be. That's all this is to me, because I fantasised about being a guy who just wandered around and found bits of work and made new friends. The Litlist Hobo. You all remember the programme, The Litlist Hobo? Perhaps I should have called this channel The Litlist Tobe. Night night, guys. But that's so strange, because I'm on like what you would think is a real highway in Manchester, and it's so quiet. Like really quiet for a city. Yeah, it's hardly anything. There isn't a lot of traffic that goes past, so I think that probably adds to it. But like, it just seems really quiet. It's what are we? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. So Tuesday at about 11:30 in the morning. And for a major city like Manchester, I'm really surprised how quiet it is. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just an observation. But yeah, I like it. Of course, I like it. It's a fascinating place. Got all these wonderful buildings everywhere. Stuff like that. Yeah, I like it a lot. I could spend a long time here sort of walking around and just filming all the different buildings, all the stonework that's going on and stuff like that. It's a real feel of like, I don't know, There's just a real feel of grit here. I like it. Look at this lovely old thing. Be lovely to have some proper equipment to look at stuff like that. But the detail in that is phenomenal. It's phenomenal, the detail in that. But these are things, you know, as it unfolds and as it grows, equipment can get better. The whole life just starts changing around. So it's not just. That's what I love to try and get on this channel. It's not just showing you these things and like the sort of the growth of like myself, if you like, and the channel and that stuff. It's indulging in those feelings that it creates as you are growing. You know, and that's what I wanted to always find out in the other video I said to you. I've always read autobiographies thinking that I wanted to know how to be rich and stuff like that, you know, rags to riches stories. And it was never that. I wanted to know what was behind the minds, what was the thought processes, what helped people make those decisions to do something even though they didn't want to. You know, I always wanted to know what was that. I never got the answer from a book. And that's kind of how I got the decision to live this life, was just, well, I want adventure, I want excitement, I don't want predictability, I like unfamiliarity, I like exploring the mind, I like talking, as you know. You know, and that was what made me sort of think, well, you do it then, go and find out. Go and find out. I'm sure if you document your travels and your journey and that, this channel will grow and life will grow and other doors will open. And I thought, well, if I do that and throw myself into that, in other words, be prepared to put these videos out and look like an absolute muppet, you know. And by doing that, I kind of thought, well, then I'll be able to unravel that story and I'll be able to observe it in myself. And other people can observe it and hopefully it helps them sort of get involved in their life a bit more. You know, and it's wonderful because I can watch that grow. And saying that about the detail in that building, I'm like, this channel will grow eventually and there'll be some stuff coming in, money coming in, or sponsorship, I don't know, whatever. It's just what YouTube will do. That's not me even looking for that, which is why I don't force content out. But it's not me even looking for that. It's just going to happen by default of releasing my love to the world. That sounded so wrong, but you know, and then I'll be able to get better equipment is what I'm trying to say, and then maybe I could come here and then do proper few days out and whatever. Anyway, it was such a long clip. I can't seem to keep these clips short. Of course Manchester has a Wetherspoons. I'm not going in that one. I'm going to keep going for a walk round, get as much of this done while I can, see as much of this fantastic city as I can while I'm here. Hello.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Jesus, Lamb of God, have mercy on us. Jesus, bearer of our sins, have mercy on us. Jesus, Redeemer of the world, grant us.
Wow, those cathedrals are amazing. Whether you're religious or not, it's just totally irrelevant. Just the sort of buildings and the detail that goes into them, like the craftsmanship, the mind behind building that. Brilliant. I like to sort of walk around in them places and then like say how I feel when I'm in there, but obviously you heard there was a bit of a mass going on, or prayers, whatever. Some of this stuff I do recognise, so it's really cool to actually be here and see it in the flesh, as they say. Yeah. I sort of think sometimes that maybe I'll do a separate channel just on towns, because I could do hours upon hours of footage just from Manchester, but I don't want to get that intertwined with this channel. You know, it's I don't mind doing it, I guess, but it's not really where I see the channel going. But I am so interested, and what I didn't realise, which is wonderful, is how much I enjoyed the architecture and the actual structures of the buildings and stuff. I've really got into that since I started on this journey and gone through some of the towns. I think that being alone sometimes and walking through them places and getting a real appreciation for like the countryside and the small little cottages and the beautiful little villages has made me sort of pay a lot more attention to sort of detail within stuff and seeing that. And I think that's why now, as I come into the bigger cities, I'm seeing it for the, like, even when I walked through London in my other video, you know, and I'm from central London, it was like I was seeing it for the first time almost, because I was picking up on all the little details that I've never seen before. Because normally we're all so busy wondering what to do next, so we're always kind of mentally in the next place. We're not actually here. And so I think to sort of walk around and be, I don't really like this word, but I'm going to use it, just be present with it is, you know, it's nice. It's a wonderful thing. There you go. Okay, so this is funny. Well, I find it funny anyway. But I was just about to start heading towards the place where I'm staying tonight, which is on a campsite. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But then I just started to cross this road and there's just tram tracks everywhere. So I turned around here and it's like a tram station. So I'm going to have to go. Look, they're everywhere. So I'm going to have to go down and have a look at the trams now. So this next clip will be tram time with Tobe. So just a little stage that I'm sharing with you on the way down to Dorset. Little campsite I stayed on called Hawthorn Camping and Caravan Club. It's just in Oldham, which is a beautiful part of, well, you're just on the fringes, I think, of the Peak District. It might even be in the Peak District, but to get deep into the peaks, you're a few miles away. You can just see the top of like one of the peaks over there. But here, if you camp here, it's £10 for the night. They've got all the facilities, washing machines, which were £1 for a 28-minute cycle, which is phenomenal. Dryers, showers, everything. It's a nice quiet camp. There's shops fairly local to here. I say fairly local, I walked there in about 15 minutes. There's an Aldi's and other stuff. And also, you're right on top, this is the best part, you're right on top of Dovestones Reservoir, which is where it's the most stunning scenery there. I wish I had time to get there, but on a bus ride there, it's about an hour and a half. If I hike there, it would take me about an hour, but I've actually got to get back into Manchester because I'm meeting my friend. So, but yeah, I've been around it before, but that is something I definitely want to show you guys, and where you'll get plenty of the gushing that you seem to like. So anyway, let's show you my little tent. And where the pylons are is kind of like where, I mean, I was going to say where the pylons are is where all the beauty starts. It's all beautiful, it's all green, you know, it's all outdoors, it's all nature. I love it all, but that, you can go disappear into those things, and that's where you see the stunning shots that I sometimes put on here. And my heart's really pulling me over there at the moment, but quite upset I can't go. How brilliant. It's got washing machines for £1, and even an undercover place to hang your washing out. So yeah, well happy with that. £1 to get everything washed. My little lot of washing. Oh no. So it was a lovely little stay here at Hawthorn Camping and Caravan Club. Leave no trace, as always. And okay, let's head back into Manchester, where I'm going to go and meet my pal. And I've got a night in the hotel with him, so hopefully I can get some editing done and answer some of the emails and comments and stuff like that, and maybe put together other ideas for other videos and stuff like that. So I just finished that walk down from Oldham into Manchester, and I come into what's known as the Northern Quarter. Someone told me to come here yesterday, but I just kind of had a Google and see what the area was all about. Apparently, well, not apparently, it was started in the early 1990s because the city felt that it needed a place like a quarter for where independent traders could come and set up shop, and just all sorts of different things could go on, different independent avenues and stuff, which I think is really cool. But having just got here, it does look brilliant. And this is the other thing as well. When I was walking down here, I walked the whole way down listening to some of the great Manchester bands that are around, some of them being my favourite, the Stone Roses, Oasis, Joy Division, and of course the fantastic Stone Roses and the Smiths. Had them all on, see if I could pick the buzz up of this great city. It's really good to be here, so I'm going to go and drop a pint somewhere and see if I can talk to one or two people. But look at it, it's a buzzing place. So let's see if we can get amongst it a little bit and see what's going on. There's all sorts here. It's brilliant. It's only a Tuesday afternoon. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today, mate, or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday today, so it's only Wednesday afternoon today. So there you go. No time concept again.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
She like 200k on TikTok. Yeah.
Wow, Manchester's a really cool city. It's beautiful, look at that. I think this is called Manchester Quays. But it's really nice. I'm walking all the way from the town centre to the Trafford Centre, where I'm meeting my pal. But this is a stunning walk. I've walked the whole way along listening to nothing but Manchester bands. That's sort of a really corny thing to do, but I couldn't help it. They're so good with the music. Them, Liverpool, and you know, there's other cities as well that have got their bands, but I think Manchester leads the way just slightly. But yeah, what an amazing city. What an amazing city. It's really beautiful. You find that in a lot of the cities though, don't you? You kind of, if you look beyond the concrete, there's some real nice pockets to see. Some real beautiful stuff to see. It's really fascinating. It probably hits me harder because it's the first time I've been, you know, so it probably does. But look at this, it's pretty cool. I don't know what that is, but I've noticed that that's like a broken link of chain or whatever, and I've noticed there's one on the other side of the building, so I don't know what that's for, but I'll try and find out. But it's really cool, it's beautiful. I think I might, as I walk around, and as I'm always saying, you'll constantly grow when you put yourself in environments that maybe test you a little bit. When you come out of those environments that have tested you, you kind of grow a little bit, whether you confidence or self-esteem or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But what you do realise is that you start enjoying those moments that are uncomfortable. You really do, because you kind of know something's at the other side of that uncomfort. whatever that something is. If if your mind is going to race in and expect a Rolls Royce and millions of pounds, then no, that's, it's going to be leaving you disappointment. It's more the internal way that you come out of those things, like, yeah, I did that. And it might just be a tiny little feeling, but it's enough to just give you that little, rather than having a fake dopamine fix by eating a Mars bar, you get a real fix from your energies because you've done something. And then you grow and you kind of expand out. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that's been happening to me. And it's making me think I've really enjoyed coming into these cities. And kind of seeing the beauty that's within them. And so I think I might start going into the city centres more, where I can get into them more and just see if I, find the things that are beautiful here. Because I think sometimes the UK gets a real bad rap, and I'm kind of a bit fed up with it. I do nothing but walk around and see the most wonderful people. And I'm not just talking about people who are from the UK, I'm talking about everyone who's in the UK. It's like we're all here together. And everyone I meet is just always friendly, just always nice or good fun. Or they just leave you alone. They just mind their own business. And couple that with the sights that I see, the things that I see, the people that I meet and stuff like that. I think this is Old Trafford. Yeah, it is. And that's pretty cool. I didn't even know I was walking past that. But Old Trafford, for those of you abroad, is Manchester United's football ground. Obviously, Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. I'm going to go and have a look at that tomorrow, actually, and go all around that. And don't worry, you guys from the blue side, I will also do the Etihad Stadium. We're leaving things up there. Both great football teams and, globally known. So anyway, but yeah, it's pretty cool that I saw that. I wasn't expecting to see it here. Well, I wasn't expecting to see it in Manchester. I wasn't expecting to see it now. But yeah, I might do that. I think some of you guys like it when I go through the towns as well and the cities, so I think I might just do a little bit there. It's good fun. It's really good fun. I've walked 18 miles today and I've still got about another 3 to go to the Trafford Centre to meet my pal. And although I'm tired, I'm really just enjoying walking through. It's lovely. It helps because it's such a beautiful day as well. So anyway, there we go. Yeah, I'm walking along this little hedgerow on this road. And for me, I'm like, oh, there's so many places to sleep. I tuck right into those trees. I love it. I'll walk around picking rooms for if ever I come through this way again. I'll be like, oh, that bush outside Old Trafford. I'll go and get my head down under there. Look, there's little gaps inside. Brilliant. So I'll tell you what, Manchester just gets more and more interesting. So I've just come into what's called the Trafford Centre, and this is the side of it where they do all the food. So it's just got all Nando's and Five Guys and McDonald's and pizzas and all sorts of stuff going on. But the actual place, the way it's set out with all that there, all the different decorations and the pillars and palm trees and stuff, it's just so good. But I come in here yesterday. I'm only in here briefly as well, so unfortunately I'm not going to get a lot of chance to walk around and do some proper filming in this place. But I will walk around and give you a whiz round. But look, it's just full of stuff like this. And these great big, it's like a themed place. I guess it's kind of like a Roman type thing. It's got a real Roman feel to it. I guess that someone might be watching this now and they might be laughing and going, yes, that's exactly what it is, Tobe. But yeah, let me go out there in a minute. But yeah, it's just really cool walking around. Oh, look at this. See, I've not seen any of this. There are people sitting in I don't know what they are, a train carriage or something. But it's just so interesting. There's so much I want to show you. I am definitely coming back to Manchester, and I'm definitely going back to Blackpool as well, because there's more there. And I deleted videos off of that. You've either seen the film or are about to release it. I deleted about 16 videos, which was really gutting, but it is what it is, I guess. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, it's a ship. It's a ship front. Let me go around here, look. That's amazing. This place in itself, whether you come in for food or not, just to come in just to walk around is fascinating. It's brilliant. Like there's Egyptian things over there and there's just all sorts of stuff going on. It's, I know it probably sounds silly to some people, but it just is. And like I always say, guys, there's the newness thing as well, that you're doing this. And there's always the underlying thing with me as well, that I'm like, my life once wasn't doing this. You know, so I always have that. I'm like, wow, am I just walking around this place doing this? Look. I'm sorry that's not the best picture from my camera either. I think there's loads of different themes going on in here. Loads of you are probably laughing there going, did it take you that long to work that out? Yep, it does. But anyway, I'm going to go and have my pals buy me 5 Guys. Tomorrow morning, he's giving me a lift down to a station called Arsley, which is right down. Hello, you all right? Look at these lovely girls saying hello. How you doing? It's you two. But yeah, so he's dropping me down to a place called Arsley, which is down south, which is wonderful because it saved me a lot of journeying and it saves me a lot of money on the train fare. So when I get to Arsley, I can get the train from there into Bournemouth, which is a beautiful part of the south. So I'll be showing you around there a little bit, and then I've got about a 25 mile hike into the place where I'm going to be working. And then we'll carry the journey on from there. But for now, I'm going to go in here and have some dinner. Oh, that's what I was going to say. In the morning is my 1 year anniversary as well of since I started this journey. So, pretty cool. There you go.
No, mate.